got to do a little longer now that you're up, see?
Yeah.
You are in the upright, locked, cocked, and reclined position.
I'm not all the way back. I'm still upright. Ooh, I let one go, and I turned the... Sorry.
No, you witnessed the aftermath of me doing one 5 minutes ago, so...
I was just breathing out of the glass like, oh my god.
No, yeah, that was my bad. I realized what I had for lunch, and I probably shouldn't trust a fart at this stage of the day. So
might be time to replace the chairs soon. Welcome to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Big Mike.
Oh, welcome to episode 80.
80. Look at that. Ooh.
Man, we're elderly now. Wiser, older, all of that.
Something.
Yeah, we'll go with all of that.
Dude, we're crushing it, man. Look at it. 6 days since we did the last one with the
girls.
See, look
dude,
at
that one was so much fun.
Yep. I told you I was listening to it while I was working around the house today, and had that going on the Bluetooth speaker. My neighbors must think I'm absolutely batshit crazy because I was pulling a bunch of ivy and weeds and taking just all this crap out of the corner of my back corner of the yard where the fences meet up, and I'm just out there chuckling and laughing, and they're like, what is wrong with this guy back here? He's always just laughing by him, not talking to anyone. There's no one out there with them. Oh, well, what are you going to do?
Well, it's probably good to have your neighbors think you're a little bit crazy. Keeps them off of you. You want like friendly neighbors, but not like the kind that just invite themselves in all the time.
Nope, exactly.
Like, no. At night time, you go bye-bye.
Yeah, my back neighbors seem very, very nice. I haven't hung out with them once, so...
I mean, we had neighbors at one point that were super, like, they would just walk into our house. The problem is that ended up being like 7-bottle sundaes.
Yeah.
And that was, my liver has recovered since they moved, but it's close. It's close.
We had a general rule on our cul-de-sac that if the garage was open, that was the sign that we're awake, we're up, we're doing stuff, but you can just walk in.
Yeah. Yeah.
We since now closed the garage a little more than back in the day. Because it would happen. Literally, we'd be, sitting watching TV in the bonus room or in the kitchen. All of a sudden, the door would open. We're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" 3 or 4 minutes later, I was like, "Shit, we really got to close this garage door."
Like, I love you guys, but just not right now. Just not right now. Well, we're tasting something that I had been looking for a while. Like, it had been open. I've been searching for it on various sites for a while. Like, I had a tab open on my phone for the longest time, and I finally found it when we went up to Walla Walla at this random like wine and liquor store up there because it's Washington and they can carry lots of things. So this is James E. Pepper. It's the straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. It's 106 proof, 107 proof.
Yep, somewhere right around there.
And really, really, really hard to find. Like, never saw it in any liquor stores in Oregon. But I've heard good things. It's James E. Pepper is one of the starting folks for bourbon back in the day in Kentucky, and so this is a kind of a heritage brand at this point. I haven't looked up all the deets on it, but we had a little sippy sip before we started, and fucking flavorful as hell.
Very, very flavorful, very
Holy
smooth.
Mm-hmm. For 100 and
yes,
and
there is not a lot of bite really, which could be dangerous since we're 5 minutes into this, and who knows what's going to happen in the next 55 minutes. But no, super layers and layers of flavor. So
yeah, well,
good
cheers,
choice,
buddy.
Here. Boom. Little whiskey, little Die Hard too. This is a good Thursday night, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no draft on for the NBA or anything like that right now.
Well,
so,
fuck it.
yeah.
Draft. The second round was. I told you I didn't even want to be bothered with the second round.
Nah, fuck it. I can be bothered to watch the NFL draft. The NBA draft, I'll read about it tomorrow morning. Fucking could not care less. And it's so weird because it's like the finals just happened. And then, like, okay, time for the draft. Like, take a breath. You don't have to be relevant all the time, guys. Like, oh, I guess you guys got to start getting in front of this because the NFL is going to be the thing that talked about on all the sports channels here in a hot second.
Well, man, we're T minus not too far when you think about it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this
Middle
is
of August.
This is going to be dropping a few days before America's birthday.
America.
And college is going to be starting? Is it about the second or third week in August?
Yep, for some of these kids, yeah.
And preseason for NFL. I already got the tickets booked for Cleveland for the season opener, so I'm going to be gone that very first weekend, September 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Going back to the beautiful Midwest. So, dude, I know it's not quite July as we're recording this, but it's literally. Like it's right around the corner, I feel like. Which is nice, right? Having no NBA, no hockey. I love me some baseball. I can't sit and watch a complete game on the TV.
Yep.
Even if I try to replicate the baseball atmosphere with some peanuts and hot dog and beer, it's not the right. I don't know. There's something about.
I can be at a game, no problem. Watching it on TV, a little bit more of a problem.
It's so funny. It's the one sport that I just can't get into. If it's one of the teams, if I'm watching a Red Sox game or a Mariners game, I will be a little more engaged with it. But if I just turned on a random, just a random baseball game, I just can't. It does not hold my attention. But take me out to Hillsborough during a Hops game. I will sit in my seat.
Yep.
Eat some peanuts. The only time I'm getting up is to get a new beer.
Yep.
But I love it. There's just something about spring and summertime in a stadium, right? I like the pace of baseball. You can get up and you can take care of a quick restroom break or a beer break, and you're not really missing much. Plus, the Hillsborough Stadium's so nice that you really don't miss any action when you go do those things.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, not really into the baseball on TV. So this is that struggle, that month and a half of just.
There's not much.
So here we are.
Yeah, watching Die Hard 2. And what's funny is, so we've got it on mute so we can record, but you just there's certain scenes you're like, yep. Oh, here comes the really shitty mannequin that gets smushed by the scaffolding. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that looked totally real. Or oh, look at the snow gently flurry outside the plane that's going 500 miles an hour.
Yep, it's barely going past the window.
You couldn't have bought a bigger fan to blow the snow by the windows? Come on.
Yeah, apparently their budgets for these movies were not that high back in the day.
Yeah, so you were talking about it. It's almost Mirka's birthday.
Yeah.
I know my family gets home on the 4th of July, and then
when Coop rolls in.
Yeah.
When does your family get in?
4th, late morning, I think.
I'll see. I think Coop's going to be mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
I think he's somewhere, since I don't listen well, I'm going to give a range.
I don't think you need to be specific at all.
But I think
he comes home on the 4th.
He comes home on the 4th before. We'll go with before 5 p.m.
Look, they have not shared their itinerary with me, so why would I know? That's not on my radar. So,
well, bless their souls, because this group of kids and their chaperones are going to Vegas, which normally I would be all for. But this is a week-long trip to Vegas.
Yeah.
And like I told you when I walked in your house about a half hour ago, man, I don't know if my best buddy from high school called me up right now and said, Mike, I'm getting married. Vegas, week long, You got to be there. And I'd be like, you know what? I'm booked that week. But I can fly in on a Friday and head home on a Sunday. I'll be there for that part.
That's the problem is a week in Vegas, a week in a lot of places, you can find things to do. A week in Vegas? Fucking expensive.
Man, that's just the problem, man.
Even with the lower prices and everything else that they got going on now, it's still like every time you go out to eat, every time you go get something to drink, every time you need a bottle of water, you're fucking, $30, $40 in.
Yeah.
And I can sit by the pool a little bit. I can definitely gamble and drink, but after the first couple of days, I think my body's kind of like, hey, what do you think about sleeping in our own bed?
And maybe a salad while you're at it, big guy.
Yeah. And not like the made at your table Caesar salad. That yeah, those are good, but there's not a lot of salad in those.
No. Oh man, there's tableside Caesar though.
Like the one thing that I've never done when I'm down there that I really, really want to do is go to the Golden Steer. That old school steakhouse that has, the made at the table Caesar salad, lobster tails, steak, everything else. Like just a classic Vegas dinner, the Brussels sprouts, all that shit. I want to do that. But if I go with, I wonder if that was the lid from last week.
So you were literally just talking it. In my head, I'm dying laughing. When I heard that just hit the ground, I go, I wonder if that's the lid.
I'll bet you that's the lid from last week.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to do a little exploration mission break, see if that's the Evan Williams 1782 cap that I lost last week and had to steal it off your freaking bubbly water.
Yeah, if y'all saw the picture on Instagram, I put the little label over top because there was no lid on it because Mike had to take the white cap off of it from the water bottle.
Yeah, what are you gonna? I had to transport it home.
We're classy.
Keep it classy. So you're kind of bacheloring this weekend?
Fuck yeah. Yeah, Jackson will be off with his girlfriend or doing stuff with his friends, that kind of a thing. So, I got to take care of the dogs
a
little bit, but there's going to be a lot the weather's kind of nice this weekend. I may float in the pool. I may also just veg and do a whole lot of nothing. At some point I'll be like, fuck, I should get up and wash blankets and that, do something constructive while they're gone for a week. But that might be Monday.
Can always be, and Monday's going to be the hot one.
Yeah.
I think it's 92 on Monday, so I'm actually I'm like, I'll be at Tap. Got that AC set to 70.
Yep.
I'll be chilling on Monday. But no, see, you're bacheloring it.
You're batching it a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to.
You're going to the coast this weekend,
we're going
right?
to Pacific City. Just happened to be picked one of the best weekends to get out of the Portland metro area, since it's going to be in the high 80s, and we're going to go out there for a little MS fundraiser for the company that Brace and my daughter works for. So we're gonna go out there and partake in some festivities and do a little sling ball tournament.
Dude, it'll be nice weather out there and
probably
everything.
buy some random things at a charity auction.
Speaking of which, thank you very much for getting drunk and buying things.
Hey, you know what? I'm just glad. Cheers.
Yeah,
that plan literally. Have we not been talking about that since I bought it a year ago?
A year ago.
That we said it was going to be
a
you
remote
and JoJo
episode.
and Kate and I.
Yeah.
We're going to go and do a remote episode. Fast forward to a year, I looked at my freaking certificate and I was like, shit, it's up this weekend and I'm gone. So I'm glad that you are not, only just going, but you got a little crew going with you. So I'm glad that I'm glad it's getting you. So I'll hopefully have a little bourbon for me.
Yep.
And when are you going? You're going actually on Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. Saturday, 4 o'clock. We'll do the tasting, the tour and the tasting. Probably buy a bottle. And then I think, the dads may just go out to dinner after that. Like we'll find a nice place to go to dinner someplace in downtown, have a nice little steak, another little drink, come on home, fall asleep happy.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, vegetables, fuck that. Nope, steak, potato, and bourbon.
There you go.
I'm in for this.
That's a dinner of champions right there.
Yep. Oh, shit. No, I appreciate you drunkenly purchasing something that I now get to use.
And you got to have some of the bottle that came with that certificate.
Yeah.
So it was the gift that kept on giving. So I'm glad it's getting used, because unfortunately I feel like these auctions, and we've talked about this.
Dude, I get suckered in every fucking time.
I don't know how many times I've bought something, and
this last time at the crab feed is the first time you and I both have not purchased something at one of these fucking auctions, because it's always like, all right, it's a tax write-off, and that's a cool package. I'll totally use that. Nope. At one point when we moved into this house, we found a manila envelope full of gift cards that had all expired from previous auctions. Yeah. To restaurants, to grocery stores, to whatever. It's like, motherfucker, that's like $1,000 worth of going out and eating that we didn't get, because that we didn't use because we just, oh fuck, I forgot that we have that.
Well, and I don't fault the businesses that donate these items, right? I've many years have done a party bus, and I've had to put restrictions on, right? Like it can't be a Saturday from the months of like April through September, because April and May is prom season. It's one of the busiest frickin' seasons of the year, right?
Yep.
So I don't mind donating items, but it's like I can't give up
that
a $1,600 night to have the voucher redeemed, right? Or during the wedding season. So like I get it, but man, it's the resorts and stuff. You start looking, if you actually take the time to read the blackout dates, it's like, well, you can never use it. You know, a Friday through Sunday combo, and you can't use it months of, May through September. And it has to involve a random Tuesday, and
you have to roll a dice and see what you roll, and then
so like I said, I do get that there has to be some restrictions on it, but man, when they put so many restrictions on it that you literally can't frickin' use it.
That was the worst one that we ever bought, was free hotel at an all-inclusive resort down in Mexico. The problem was that you couldn't book it any more than 60 days out. So at one point I was like, all right, fine. Let's see what's 60 days out. So I email the company that's supposed to take care of this, and they go, it's fully booked. Sorry.
Try again.
Fuck. All right. So, a few weeks later, do the same thing. Like, what's available? Nothing's available. It's fully booked out. Yeah, because your resort is booked out damn near a year in advance. So I have to just hope that somebody cancels, and then I get to use this? I'm not planning my fucking time around that. I have enough time planning around the goddamn kids.
And that's the problem. So they force you to use it during, hurricane season, or like the hottest months where the humidity's crazy.
Yep.
But all the months you actually want to travel, can't do it then.
No, it's not available then.
And no holidays.
Dude, we got a great deal one time for this place at Punta Cana. I think that's Dominican Republic. And we were like, holy shit, it's like $1,100 for 10 days for the four of us, all inclusive.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit, this is fantastic. We book it. We're all happy. And then somebody happens to mention that it's Holy Week. I'm like, fuck. And so I look it up, and in Holy Week, because most of Dominican Republic is Catholic, the whole place basically shuts down. So, like, you don't get people. There's nobody serving. There's almost nobody at these resorts working.
So they're all inclusive, but you can't get
Yeah,
food
like
or
the
drinks.
pool basically shuts down. The swim up bar is closed. You can go to the buffet 3 times a day, but the restaurants aren't really open because the chef is at home with his family. Like, fuck, no wonder it was $1,100 for 10 days. Jesus. God damn. Like, what I really need is just like $120 million, so it doesn't matter what time of year I go. I can just fucking go.
Whenever.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, let's just hop on the yacht and go down to the Caribbean, kids.
There you go.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing what you come home from this weekend with.
Yeah, we'll see. The wife has not mentioned anything as far as restrictions. Now, granted, I still have 15 hours before we leave and a 2-hour car ride with her, so there might be something that's brought up. But as of now, there has been no talks of...
All right, I got a bet for you then.
Oh, geez.
How far into the car ride does Kate mention that you need to not purchase something?
So you know what? I'm going to go with...
All right, so it's an hour car ride.
Yep.
So let's do an over-under. You get to pick first.
Oh, I know it's... I can already tell you what's going to happen, so I feel like I'm cheating.
Oh, all right.
I know her so well.
I'm going to take the over because I feel like the closer she gets to the beach, she's going to be like, oh, by the way. And she's going to have a list of like 3 or 4 things like, don't get so drunk that I have to try and get you back to the room, to the bedroom. Don't buy anything at the fucking auction. And I'm not going to be your partner for sling ball.
Well, you took the good half on that because my prediction is she's not even going to mention it in the car, but she's going to mention it Saturday when we pull up to this festivity on the beach. We load up our cooler and our little cart and our chairs and everything, and as we're walking in and she sees that the auction spread, they do it inside of this what is it? It's like a freaking enclosed trailer, but a huge one. They have tables lined up on both sides.
Damn.
So once she spots that, that's when the restrictions are going to be stated.
All right. I
don't think
enough.
she'll say anything in the car. I don't think. Plus, I'll distract her.
Oh. Well, so we took it's the drive, so it's the over under.
Yep.
So you get the under. So if you get into the car and you're still going uphill, you win. If you're going downhill from top of that pass, then I win. Or if you're like Saturday.
All right. Well, I pretty much guarantee you're going to win.
So
we'll see. We'll see. They had some cool ass shit last year. I had about 3 or 4 active bids on items. Only won a single item. We didn't stick around for the whole festivities on Saturday, which probably helped my cause, or I should say Kate's cause, because then I couldn't keep bidding on items that I noticed if I would have got outbidded on. So I don't know the exact, I don't know the time frame, but we'll see. I'll try to come home with, it's going to be something drinking related or sports related, because those are usually the 2 things that I will target.
You're going to end up with a suite to a Blazer game or something like that. And you're going to be like, oh, fuck. Now I got to find a game that we can all go to, that we all want to go to, and then I got to find 20 motherfuckers to fill the fucking suite. Yeah. No, been there, done that.
Yep. So we'll see.
God, I'm trying to think what the dumbest shit I ever bought. I mean, besides the fucking Mexican vacation that we never got to use. Like, I've bid on really cool things. So when we first had kids, we used to go to the Ronald McDonald House auction.
Yeah.
And so the differential there in the amount of money that people show up with was significant. So most of these people are going to this auction because they have $60,000 that they need to donate during the paddle raise for tax write-off purposes. We were invited because 2 of our friends were on the board, and we were very, very poor. We did not have money to spend. So the silent auction was basically untouched for most of the time. So one of the auction items was like 40 bottles of really good fucking wine. And, you know, we were drinking fucking Gewürztraminer and like sweet wine at the time. We still have a bottle from that auction win down in our wine cellar. It's an old like 2005 Pinot Noir from a really nice place down in the Willamette Valley. But like, we ended up with a wine collection, and our friends are like, holy shit, this stuff's really good. This is like a $70 bottle of wine. We can't open this tonight. We're like, it was all a tax write-off. We're like, let's just drink it.
Yeah, let's just go.
Let's just fucking go, bro. So that started our wine collection, and now that's a problem.
And
so that, I don't know that was stupid, but it was not the cheapest thing that we've ever purchased.
Yeah, they do get you.
They do.
Kids' elementary school, they had their yearly auction, and Madison's favorite blazer back in the day was Joel Pryzbilla.
Oh.
The Vanilla Godzilla. I'm not sure why loved Joel. When he got traded, tears. She cried and wanted to go.
This sounds like a little crush.
Well, the problem, though, is she was probably only like 7 or 8.
Yeah, but that's when they have those crushes. Like,
well, I don't know.
He's just
she
so cool and he's so handsome. And
loved herself some Pryzbilla. So we're at the auction. I noticed they had a signed shoe from Joel.
Oh.
So I went, and then this other guy went, and then I tried to play it cool, right? I'd go back,
try and walk away.
Yep. Put my name back on there. He did. We just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, unfortunately, this was an event. My kids' school, every other year they would hold it on school property, but then the other years it would be off. In the off years, alcohol was served. And this was an off year where alcohol was served. So I was not on my game, and it's my fault. I walked away a little too soon before, like, there was only minutes left,
closing.
Right?
Yeah.
So I literally went over there, I looked around, didn't see anyone, put my name down, went straight to the bar, like, mic drop, like, fuck yeah, I got the autograph shoe, right?
Yep.
Yeah, nope, I didn't get the autograph.
See, that's back in the day before all this electronic version of the silent auction.
Where you can just sit there like we were.
Yep. And you just put in your max bid, and then you're like, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit, oh, shit. I'm still winning, oh, shit. Oh, thank God somebody else bid. No, this is when you had to hover.
Yep.
And you'd see, like, the old grandma who's, like, looking at the B&B on the coast, and she's just hovering around that one page. And you're like, bitch, I'm going to... What's this just buy it outright one here? Oh, yeah, $258. All right. Yeah.
No. Yep.
There you go, Grandma.
I was devastated, man. I got beat out. He was an attorney. New to the school. Didn't even know him. From that point forward, he was my enemy.
Yep.
Nicest part was I have a very good relationship with the school district. What they didn't advertise on the form that it was a pair of shoes, but both of them were autographed.
Oh, shit.
So since they saw my name on this form just getting swapped with this other gentleman, generated a phone call a few days later. And
yes.
They said, hey, we realized that it was a pair of shoes, and instead of, a lot of times, you know, athletes, they'll just autograph one.
Yeah.
Well, both shoes had his autograph with his jersey number on it, so they said we would like to offer, you know, if you're still interested in the other shoe. And I said, you goddamn right I'm still interested. So
that's what's in the back of the photo that you sent me.
Yep. So I have at the house bar.
You have a size 22 fucking shoe.
And you know what I had to put it in? It's in a case that's built for a football, an autographed football. I didn't know what to do with it once I got it. It just looked a little weird sitting on my swing out bar. So I went down to, I think it was Joanne Fabric or Mike, one of the And I actually brought the shoe with me. And I was like, do you guys have anything in because last Santa, I'll be honest, I did not want to spend like $500 on a custom, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you go down to the frame store or whatever, like beard framing or whatever, and they're like, yeah, we can absolutely put it in there for $500.
Yeah, no, I'm not down with that, right?
No.
So literally I brought it in with me, walked around, boom, found the football case. It fits pretty snug, but I also had a card of Joel that was like sliding on the court, getting a rebound going out of bounds. So I have that framed next to the shoe in a football case, and it works out perfect.
Nice.
So I always thought about taking it in a Tap because we have a few autographed shoes at Tap. Ruben Patterson.
Yep.
Who's the other one? I don't even know who the other ones are. I think we have two
I think I'm
there.
gonna autograph one of my shoes and put it in a case.
Dude, you should. I'll hang it up there.
Yeah.
It's a great conversational piece because people always ask. All right, I have an old Derek Anderson mini helmet signed up there.
Yeah,
I have a bunch of random sports cards from Blazers and or Cleveland that are autographed.
Shout out Joe. I've got some random Redskins stuff up here behind us in the studio.
Yep.
And then I've got my Terry Baker mini helmet up there. So, yeah.
So, but nope.
That's the random shit.
The Joel Pryzbilla does not go to work. It stays on the house bar.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's so Maddie can see it every time and be like, oh, Joel. Oh, what could have been? All right, should we take a little potty break?
Yeah, I gotta dig under this chair. I gotta see if that's the cap.
I want to know if the cap is what fell.
The Whiskey and Wine Podcast is brought to you by Tapforia, Tigard, Oregon's first growler tap house. Founded in 2014, Tapforia has 28 taps, including beer, wine, cider, seltzer, and kombucha. Did you know that they are a bottle shop as well now? Stop in for a pint, glass, growler, or a 4, 6, or 12-pack of the latest and greatest offerings of our local breweries. Located on Highway 99W in Tigard. Visit tapforia.com and follow them on social media to see what they have on tap each day. Tapforia, craft beer and wines.
Woo, well, I shouldn't say this coming back out of break, but for the listeners out there, that was not the bottle cap under the chair.
God damn it.
Apparently, my pocket was leaking pennies.
And a dime.
Oh, yeah, we had 12 cents. Still
That's
no
the
bottle.
most money this podcast has made in a hot minute.
Dude, that bottle cap. It is going to happen, man. We're going to be sitting here one day, and you're going to hear that plastic cap hit the hardwood floors.
Yep.
But not today, damn it.
God damn it.
First thing we did.
Well, and you were on the floor, and you're like, uh-oh, we might have to do the second half of the show from the floor.
Well,
like,
at least me. Luckily, this has a long cord. Yeah, I thought you were going to have to put it on my head and land on the floor. Looking like the commercial, like, I've fallen and I can't get up. I'll just do the podcast from the floor on the commander's rug.
Oh, poor Mike. Oh, I can't really roast you at all because I've been there too. I think Joanna's got pictures.
Yeah, no, it's a long way down.
It is a long way down, and it's a shitty road up.
Yeah.
Side note on that. So I work at the Big Orange place.
Yep.
And oftentimes I have to get down onto the concrete ground to like unlock something. And do you know what is one of the worst things to experience? When you didn't realize that you have a zit on your kneecap and you kneel down on it. I learned that today. I had a zit on my kneecap, apparently, like underneath that thick-ass, like 40-something-year-old skin.
Yeah.
And I knelt down on it, and I yelped like a puppy who had been kicked across the room.
No shit.
Yep, and the guy's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, nope, just bad knees." Oh my god. Holy fuck. That was an experience. Oh shit. Well, so we've got America's birthday coming up here.
Yes, we do, man.
And I have always celebrated with fireworks. I don't know that I will this year because, well, I mean, I've got a week where I'm unsupervised, so I may take a drive someplace. But I don't have like the fun fireworks that I normally have.
See, I'm in the same boat this year. I have a tote in the garage that I usually always have something in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I have not been up north for a few years, so we have been slowly digging out of the stockpile.
Yeah.
So I honestly think I'm down to probably just a few mortars, a tube, maybe a few Roman candles, and maybe a few bottle rockets. No Saturn missiles, no big cakes, no big mortars. So I don't know. I don't know what this year is going to bring.
And it's dry enough up here that I don't know that I want to go big. And in years past, we've got a neighbor who is just like that guy. He's going up and he's dropping probably 5K on ridiculous, like huge mortars. And the other advantage is we're up here on that hill, so we can look out at all of like Tigard, Sherwood, Beaverton, and we just look out and we just watch everybody else's fucking fireworks go off. Like, hey, that's pretty cool.
That's the beauty of being on the hill, man.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know that I'm going to spend it, but, I mean, I've done some dumb shit with fireworks.
We're males, of course, man. I've modified just standard fireworks, soaked fireworks and other liquids.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How did that turn out?
Well, I mean, I still got all 10 digits.
Yeah. Listeners' advisory. Don't do anything that we are about to tell you. But somehow we, as Gen Xers, managed to get out of it with all digits.
Yep. I mean, few close calls, right?
Yeah.
But nothing.
And looking back at some of the stuff we did, holy fuck.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think the worst thing that I was a part of, and being a part of meaning I was there because I actually had nothing to do with this, but we did a few years back. It was pre-COVID, so it was probably 8 to 10 years back.
Okay.
But we did have a mishap with the mortar tube. And instead of shooting straight up, I guess the bottom was cracked. So it kind of fell and leaned and went towards a house.
Oh, fuck.
Unfortunately, the house had that frickin' vinyl siding on it.
Oh, fuck.
So we melted a small chunk of said neighbor's house and had to replace vinyl siding. And I don't know if you guys know about vinyl siding, but unfortunately the neighborhood that we were in was probably built in about 2008. So it wasn't just that you could throw up some hardy plank or some cedar and
they didn't necessarily
match the color, right?
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a procedure for my buddy to find the exact same vinyl siding. So now there's a few things before we do these. We make sure that there's no vinyl siding on any buildings, outhouses, in-houses, anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess that was a little bit of painful 4th of July fireworks. But like I said, nothing as far as, of course, some burnt clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But no major instances where we've had to go to an urgent care or an ER afterwards. So I feel pretty lucky.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood. Right there on top of the head.
Right there.
Yeah, no, I mean, I came out of childhood very well unscathed, but I was thinking back the other day, and I was like, my brother and I essentially made a fucking pipe bomb one time.
Oh, nice.
So we took a bunch of, the ground bloom flowers?
Oh, I know those well. We used to shoot them with wrist rockets, and if you get them at a right angle, they take off like an airplane.
Yeah. So before the laws in Oregon changed, where you can't have flying fireworks now anymore, those things were buzz bees.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would light them, and they would start to spin, but then they would take off, and they would fly, and then they would pop. So my brother and I took whatever, like 4 sleeves of those, so probably 48 of them, and we cut them open, and we just dumped everything that was powdery
Oh, nice.
Into a cardboard tube, and then we put that cardboard tube inside of a PVC pipe that we found on the farm.
Okay.
And then we took, the old mole bombs where it's like a smoke bomb that like gases out the moles.
Yep.
We took that fuse and we put it in this thing, not like through a cap or not anything, just like in the top of this like PVC tube of fucking boom powder. And we took it out into the middle of a field in fucking July. And we lit this thing off. And not only did it go boom and send the shards of PVC
everywhere,
all the like, lucky we didn't like get shrapnel into us, but it started a small fire in the middle of this fucking pasture. And so he and I went over there and we melted our shoes, like walking through the edge of the fire as it like burned the low dead grass. Like we're just trying to like scooch across all the fucking dead grass that's on fire. And we melted our shoes. We came back in the house and, the number of stories I've told you about my mom. What do you think my mom said to my brother and I?
Might have called you guys a jackass.
I think it was dumb motherfuckers.
Okay, so I was going in the right direction.
Yeah, no, I think it was dumb motherfuckers. So yeah, so we learned we don't do that anymore. Starts fires. If you're gonna do fireworks, you do it in the nice green grass or on the gravel.
Well, it's like the double-edged sword. It's nice to be in the middle of somewhere where you have some land, right?
Yeah.
But it's also you got to find that happy medium point that you don't want to go so far where you don't have a water source.
Yep.
Or some concrete. Or, some of just the things that you probably want or need.
Yeah.
When you're lighting off shit in the middle of nowhere.
Now as a responsible adult, I've got the hose out there.
Yep.
I've got the
5-gallon bucket. Gotta have that Home Depot bucket, baby.
Yep. You gotta have that orange bucket out there ready to go. And as a responsible adult, that's great. But 40 years ago, not so much.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the fact that we all have all of our digits still, no lasting scars. You ever mess around with like dry ice bombs?
No, we never got into. We had potato guns, but with the dry ice bombs, dry ice was expensive out in the country. So it was like those trucks didn't come out that often, so we didn't do those.
So we cheated. So when I grew up in Tualatin, I was very close to. I was tail end of Tualatin, right?
Yeah.
Damn near where the bridge on 99 is. So
okay.
Pretty much Tiger Tualatin King City border, right?
Okay.
Well, back in the day, they had that Baskin Robbins up by the Safeway on Durham there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, that Baskin Robbins seemed to. Some of them, they all had different rules, right? Some sold dry ice to minors, some did not. Well, that one back in the day sold to minors because we were clearly minors because we would ride up on our BMX bikes and get dry ice. And then we'd go back and we would have fun with the dry ice.
2-liter bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Again, don't do what you hear on this podcast.
No. I think we didn't do anything that caused, like I knew people that did mailboxes. We were afraid of that since, quote unquote federal offense.
Yeah, it's not, but okay.
I did hear rumors. I don't know if this was my group or not. I blacked out a lot of that time, but newspaper bins.
Oh.
You'd put the quarter in and
it opens up.
It would open up. And
God, that's back when you could buy a newspaper on the street.
Yeah. And they have a very thin piece of like plexiglass type material. And sure as shit, man, if you put a dry ice bomb 2-liter in one of those, close the door, that little plastic shield would suck in, and then that sumbitch would shoot out about 30 or 40 yards straight, and then all the newspaper looked like it was snowing. Like I said, I mean, I never did that, but from what I heard.
Yeah, from what you heard.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But no, yeah, we used to do some dry ice bombs, and we learned real quick that 2 liters was the correct vessel. We tried a few times in some smaller bottles.
Yeah, no, you need the gas to.
Yeah, since there's no fuse or anything, the bigger the bottle, right? There was a very
and those
happy...
2 liters will expand a good way.
Oh, dude, it was crazy to watch those things go from like a standard 2-liter size, and they would just keep going and going and going. You're like, oh, here it comes. Here it comes. But yeah, shout out Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
Thank you for allowing dry ice purchases for minors back in the day. Like I said, never injured anything.
Yeah.
You know, property damage is more of just, throw it somewhere. It's a bunch of dumb teenagers, right? It would make that loud boom. And then we'd run. Because we knew all the neighbors were coming out.
Well, and those things are fucking loud.
They're freaking loud, man.
Like, I mean, you set off a mortar, during 4th of July, it's loud. But a dry ice bomb is just as loud. Like, it really echoes well.
So no, those were fun. I haven't made one for years. I'd have to look up on Google. I don't even know the ratio of water to dry ice, but I remember they'd wrap it up for us in this little paper, and then we would stick it in a bag and ride our BMX bikes home, and then we'd beat it with the hammer because you had to get it through the the neck of a bottle.
Itty-bitty hole.
We'd make a little funnel and we'd put it in there and get a little water, and the key was you had to screw that cap on tight.
Yep.
Couldn't mess around and just you crank that.
Yeah, but that playing the game Operation or Perfection, like you're nervous. You're never more nervous than when you're trying to get that ratio right and get that lid screwed on. Like once you put it in there and you're screwing the lid on, you're fucking scared.
Yep.
Like that is puckered.
Oh no, because it's billowing that steam, right? Once you put the water in there, and that's how we would always kind of tell. I mean, we weren't the smartest group of kids running the streets back then, but we kind of knew when the stream of steam was coming out of the bottle. Once it got to the point that we wanted, we'd stop putting water in it. It was one of those sayings. All right, you crank it on. And you crank it on, you get rid of it because you didn't want to frickin' pussyfoot it and hold it and talk to someone and get distracted. Because that definitely, I think, would take a finger off.
Oh yeah, or you'd have like just some mangled,
just the claw hand.
Yep. You're gonna be that person at the party that the kids all run away from.
Yeah. Like what happened to you? Dry ice bomb.
Yep. No, it's shit. Yeah, those things, fucking pipe bombs that we would, I mean, god damn, how we made it out of our youth with all things attached.
Well, what I love too is, like you said, you could modify, like when Oregon banned flying things, and then they called them the ground bloom flowers, and they just spin around and.
Did you ever hammer one of those things?
So we hammered those. We also hammered Piccolo Pete's, just that loud screaming blue and white one.
You hammer the tip of it.
If there was a special spot, you came down about a finger length, I think, from the top, maybe 2, and if you hammered the shit out of it right there, it would start doing its normal squealing, right? And then it would get to that point, and it would blow up, and you're like, "Ha ha! That's legal firework right there." Might have been modified a little bit, but if the cops ever show up, you're like, "Listen, man, this Piccolo Pete. Look, we have a bag of them, right?"
Yep. Yeah, all of these are just legally bought. Like that's the thing is like, all right, so living up here, we're watching all these fireworks. Every year, I say the same fucking tired goddamn thing, which is. Just re-legalize these fireworks, Oregon, and tax them. Tax them at fucking 15%, and you will make millions of dollars because everybody's already fucking buying them. Like, I'm not seeing the fountains in somebody's cul-de-sac from up here. I'm seeing all the illegal fireworks from up here.
Well, you know what sucks, too, is Multnomah County. They banned all fireworks now, right?
Yep.
Well, the problem, though, so even the, like, ground blooms and all that stuff, the problem, though, now is I used to buy, they had a pack at Costco. It was all legal.
Yep.
Sold at Costco,
like
right?
$129 thing.
Yes, and it was always perfect because I would have that out on the curb, right?
Yep.
And then in a little bin behind that, we would have some other stuff.
Yeah.
And you would mix it in, right?
Yeah.
You do one of those 2-minute-long fountains. The kids, especially when they're younger, man, the sparks, and they do some snapping and crackling, and everyone's happy. And then when that one done's, and you load up a mortar in the tube, and you shoot that up, and then you go back to a nice little fountain, and it's a great little show.
Yep.
Well, ever since frickin' the other county, just north of us, I can't even buy the legal pack at Costco anymore. And I refuse to go, no offense. I hate going to those tents.
Yep.
I hate going to them.
Yep.
Even if they're, the high school marching band tent or whatever, they're so freaking expensive. Like he said, if you just
fucking legalize
the
flying
state north
things.
of us has all the other stuff. They have just as many trees.
So you hop the other side of the Columbia River. Blackjack Fireworks is right fucking there.
Yep, that's where I usually go.
And
the big white tent or yellow tent right next to them.
Yep.
Whoever opened up that was a genius.
Yep.
They pretty much share the property line. So you go up to this beautiful Blackjack Fireworks and you're like, well, let me go check out what's in the tent too.
Like, oh, this is like the old G.I. Joe's like sale thing. It was like, you can get 16 mortars for $22. Like,
oh, God, those two stores have taken so much money of mine over the years.
Yeah. But fucking worth it. Like that's the thing that is weird about America is like you get to these things, New Year's, 4th of July, that kind of stuff. People are just, Oklahoma City wins the NBA championship.
And they don't know how to open up champagne.
They don't know how to open up champagne. But did you see the video of Oklahoma City? Like just the like drone footage of just all the fireworks going off? Like, yeah. Do you know what that is? That's commerce.
That is.
Fucking, like, yes, fine. You want to restrict, gun sales and everything else in the state of Oregon. You can do that. Fucking legalize the goddamn fireworks for next year, and I guarantee you can make up a lot of that education funding.
1,000%. I've been at friends' houses on Cooper Mountain and on Bull Mountain, and just like your house, I would assume. I've never been up here for 4th of July, but
you're welcome to come up.
But just by looking, there's millions of dollars of items being sold up north of us from our residents here. So you might as well just say,
all right, so on a typical night from about 9:30, let's say 9 o'clock until 1 in the morning, from my view, I'm seeing probably 15 to 20 explosions in the air a second. If it's $1 a fucking mortar, you're already making plenty.
Yeah. They need to just for the state. You can buy weed.
Yeah, but fireworks are going to kill us.
No, can't go.
We have to get very complicated with all the drugs, but the fireworks are definitely what's going to get us.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. Like you said, everyone. If you set up, if they set up an operation on the south side of the bridge from the Columbia and actually looked at everyone's car, I bet you'd be close to 7 or 8 cars coming over, 4 or 5 days leading up until the 4th of July of people that have stuff. So if that's the case,
I mean, that may be what I do after I go to Westward with your gift certificate. It's like, hey guys, you want to take a little drive up to Vancouver real quick?
Actually, that's not a bad idea. You're already freaking halfway. Hell, you're 80% of them.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, a little bit of whiskey in my system, a little bit of good dinner, and then drive up and go spend a stupid amount of money on
things
boom
that go
booms.
boom. Yeah.
Sounds like a fucking great Saturday.
That sounds like a really good Saturday, actually.
It's going to be cheaper than your Saturday, I can guarantee you. Unless Kate listens to this. Wait, no, she won't listen to this.
No, yeah, because we're leaving tomorrow. Like, literally.
Yeah.
I'm going home and there's some laundry. I don't even have one. Well, the good part is I'm going to the beach.
What do you need? You need swim. You're wearing your swim trunk /
the hybrid shorts.
Yeah,
baby.
the hybrid shorts already.
I'm going to bring a few of those. I'm bringing one hoodie that I will destroy next to the bonfire that we'll have each night.
Yep.
and probably one pair of jeans. I don't think I'm bringing a single pair of shoes or socks. It's going to be these flip-flops and some other ones, and that's pretty much going to be my attire until Sunday.
But, hey, shout out to Morgan. Don't forget the deodorant.
That's right. Oh, no, I'll bring a lot of that.
Yeah.
Fat kid sweats a lot.
It'll be lovely over there. I have been told that there are too many bugs at the base of our shitty white trash pool right now. So I'm sure at some point during the hot weekend, I will be floating in the pool with a little pool net, just like trying to scoop stuff off the bottom of the pool.
Always working, buddy.
Well, it's because I'm not allowed to just buy the fancy little robot that like just scoots the bottom of the pool and cleans it all up. What the fuck? Like, come on, Amazon will have it here tomorrow, and by the time I want to get in the pool, it's clean.
All right, I'll just buy it and I'll ship it up here, and that way you have
plausible deniability.
That's exactly what you'll have.
Oh, this might be a dangerous thing. Like when you need something to be like, yeah, I got you.
Again,
I didn't buy. I didn't buy it.
But hun, I didn't buy it. You can check my orders. It's not on there.
Yeah.
It just showed up.
Oh my God, this could be fun. This is why I'm glad our wives no longer listen to the episodes.
See, they don't know the fucking plans that we're hatching when we're locked up here for an hour once a week.
God, we're idiots. I'm going to go whiskey tasting and buy fireworks, and then you're going to buy me a pool cleaner.
See? It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Hey, if they've got a pool cleaner at the auction, go ahead and get that.
Oh, I'll fuck out you. I'm all in on that.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, fuck. This stuff has been fantastic.
Dude, it has been so smooth. The flavor.
This is goddamn dangerous. Again, so James E. Pepper, I don't know if you can find it. If you can find it, I would say pick it up. But it's got this cool little decanter that it comes in.
Yep. They get a few bonus points just for the bottle. I do like the bottle.
Yep. Yeah, availability is holy fuck shit in Oregon. But god damn, this stuff has been really good. You're looking up deets?
Well, I was just trying to pull it up, like I said, because I'm like you, I've never seen it in an Oregon store.
Mm-hmm. It's just not a thing that you see in Oregon. I see it mentioned on a lot of the, because my only Instagram presence is the Whiskey and Wine podcast. I follow a lot of whiskey stuff, and so many of these guys have mentioned this stuff, and I'm like, shit, this looks great. Like, I would love to try this, and I can't find it. I'm like minutes away from just clicking buy on a $150 bottle of this stuff because I want to try it. And
well, the price you paid is not bad, because I'll tell you right now, I just pulled it. I was more curious. I didn't know the age. They do a very good job on the bottle itself, right?
But only that top label has any information
and
on it.
And it doesn't have anything about the age. That's what I was looking up. So it does say the first thing that a little popped up here on the Google as far as age.
The Google.
It says average age of the whiskey is around 5.5 years, which actually surprised me because
this doesn't taste that. Nope,
actually,
I can't say
it says
anything.
It has characteristics of an older bourbon, so they're exactly where it does not drink like a 5.5-year-old aged bourbon. MSRP is not too far off of what you paid.
Okay,
so you're
I'm not bad.
I mean, we're talking $20 is roughly, and I don't know.
Shit. All right, so this is all right.
So
if you can find it for MSRP.
Oh, actually, so there's a website that has them. Yes. About $65 in stock, it says. Down from $70. Now, granted, you probably have, that's the catch. It's $64.99, but $34.99 delivery.
Yeah.
So what you paid, since you were lucky and you got to drive it home, you're well under that. But you're not too far from MSRP.
That's not bad.
I mean, I'm trying not to read a bunch of shit as far as reviews, because I don't want to know that we're coming up to the review. I mean, here's another one. On a wine website, $68.99 once again plus shipping. So you're still going to be under what you paid, but No, it definitely drinks way more complex than a 5, 6, 7-year-old.
Seriously, I'm really, really impressed with the complexity of this thing. Like, this could be something where I would love to have 2 or 3 bottles of this.
Yep. No, I concur.
And I've resisted opening this with all our friends coming up and everything else because I'm like, I got to save this for the podcast. And people are like, yeah, no problem. Now it's like, fuck, I need 2 or 3 more bottles so I could be like, here, like, you should try this.
No,
this is
way
really
smooth.
impressive.
I mean, I don't even want to think if I didn't have to go home to actually do shit before I leave.
We'd finish this bottle, no problem.
I mean, hell,
we're damn near halfway done.
We're halfway done with it right now. So it is packs flavor, packs everything, not a lot of heat, which makes it a little dangerous because that flavor is so good.
At 100 and what did we say? 106? What is it? 53%?
I think right in there.
106 proof. Does not this drinks like an 80, 85. It's not hot, but it's got that little bit of heat to the taste and then all the flavor. Like definitely those vanilla everything else notes to it. So shit.
Oh, no, yeah. No, there's definitely some you get some sweetness on some fruit. You definitely get the vanilla. Great color. I mean, I don't want to call out other bottles out there, but
there was another bottle.
We pulled the bottle out, and you freaking held it up to the light, and I was like, are you sure the kids didn't drink that and put some tap water in it?
Yeah, it's clear.
But, dude, 5.5 years? Look at this shit.
The
color is great. The taste is great.
You know those videos you see where they're showing like the difference between like a 10-year-old and a 20-year-old bourbon and just the darkness that happens with that? That's what I like. This is opaque for as young as it is.
Yep.
So I feel like they've done a good job.
No, they did a wonderful job.
Whatever the fuck happens in those rick houses, which is just magic to you and I, because it's not like you and I study that stuff. Whatever happens in those rick houses, they did a good job on this. I mean, for me, this is absolutely a high gold. If you could find it in an Oregon liquor store, this would be a platinum.
Oh, if you could find this at MSRP at $65, this could have been the very first platinum ever.
Absolutely.
The fact that you had to pay a little over MSRP, not much, but that the two of us, we spent a decent amount of times, right, knowing and kind of knowing what's out in our storefront inventories here. Yeah, no, this definitely a high gold, and there's no question about it.
No
this
question.
Was a great find. Thank you, Washington, for
actually having this shit.
Yes.
Yeah. So James E. Pepper, if you feel like upping your shipments to Oregon, that'd be great. If you can start to show up,
send us an email.
Yeah. Absolutely. I will tag you.
We have a guy that works in the biz, and if depending on who you're with, you might want to jump ship and
we will get you into Oregon liquor stores because holy shit.
Nope, I'm a fan. This was a great poll.
You're killing it with not a lot of time in the barrel. So I super appreciate that.
Well, here, look at that. That was the easiest high gold we've done in a long time there.
Yeah, that was a no fucking question. Holy shit. I'm glad we pulled this one. Like, I had a bottle from one of my favorite places in the world, Southern Collective Distilling Company down there in Nashville, Tennessee. I had one of those that I wanted to pull. There's another one that Joanna had pulled for me that we were going to try. There's a couple others. I'm glad I pulled this off the shelf. Holy shit!
Nope, you did good, buddy. This was
like
very
if
nice.
It was sleep overnight, this bottle would be empty.
Oh God! And there'd be Taco Bell showing up on our doorstep in about 30 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, Jackson.
I feel like he doesn't like coming up here anymore. I did that to him last week. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
You want to drive Big Mike home? He's like, motherfucker! I need to stop coming up here.
He'll learn one of these days.
Well, shit. Not too fast, man. He'll be when do you guys do the move down south?
The 15th of September. Okay. He's here late.
All right, so that's nice. That's nice.
Yep.
You got a little extra extended time.
Well, look, he could go to college tomorrow and I'd be okay. He needs to work the summer to have money to do the fun things.
That's right. You got to build up that nest egg.
Yeah.
Parents do a lot of the necessities.
Yes.
I ain't freaking
I'm not paying for surf lessons,
Nope.
bro.
Nope.
I'm not paying for devils. I will pay for the Uber home from devils or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not going to pay for the bullshit.
Nope.
That's your turn.
You got to get a hustle. You got to figure it out. Do a little savings.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there's lots of things you could do.
Yeah.
Sell your feed pics, bro.
Do whatever.
Yeah.
There's money out there. You just got to grind and find it.
Well, shit, Mike. Thank you so much.
Yeah, buddy. Hey, enjoy your semi-alone weekend.
Yep. Well, once you're back in town and you're ready to come up and float in the pool, you come up and you float in the pool with me.
Oh, I'll totally.
We'll finish off the rest of this bottle.
Yeah, I got my hybrid shorts on. I'm ready. I usually wear these all summer, so that way if body of water happens
Just
to be
take
in
the
my path.
change out of your pockets, because unless you order me that vacuum for the pool, I'm not picking up the penny from the bottom of the pool, because I know what you're going to do when I go down there.
I got you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, good times.
Good times.
Well, hey, and for all the listeners out there, happy 4th of July.
Absolutely.
Right? It's America's birthday. Don't blow off any fingers or thumbs or anything like that.
Yeah. Don't shoot the Roman candle at your buddy's crotch.
Oh, God. The Roman candle fights. Those are legendary, though.
Yeah, they hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So, happy birthday, America.
That's right, America.
And remember, if you've got ideas, suggestions, help, whatever,
Illegal fireworks.
give us a yell.
Hurry up, too.
If you want us to shoot illegal fireworks at each other for an episode, we'll fucking do it.
Yeah, we'll try. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's before 10 o'clock, quiet hours, then we're good.
So we're good. We just have to do it before 10, all right?
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Whiskey and Wine Podcast. Remember to follow us on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure to check out the website as well. And at some point in the near future, in fact, Mike and I will talk about it here in a minute, we'll do a pop-up store at Tapforia if you want a T-shirt.
Ooh, we have the biggest date coming up of the year.
Ooh, there we go.
Are you going to be at the anniversary party?
Yeah, maybe I can make it happen.
On Wednesday.
I don't know. Are you going to fulfill my rider?
Well, it depends what your rider consists of.
Let's talk.
All right, we'll talk. All right. Happy
guys.
birthday, America. Have fun.
Happy birthday. Kaboom!
This episode of the Whiskey and Wine Podcast is sponsored by Portland Party Bus, Portland's original party bus company, where the ride becomes the party. PDX Party Bus pricing is all inclusive. This means all the hourly rates include all fees and mileage. No surprise charges at the end of your party, just professional staff and a party all along the way. Visit them at pdxpartybus.com and plan your next wine tasting, birthday party, or just a great weekend. pdxpartybus.com.